I now call George Adam to follow by Kevin Stewart.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I know we've got limited time, so I'll try and be brief with this. It's another emotive subject, and I take on board Murdo Fraser's constituent, Gillian Bold, and her family with some of the condition and what they suffered. But I come from a different angle, and I think I'll add to Dennis Robertson's list of potential diseases. My wife, Stacey Adam, as the Cabinet Secretary, actually suffers from multiple sclerosis, and within Scotland we have a higher number of people suffering from this condition than anywhere else per head of population in the world. So the list could go on and on and on with regards to who would think would be the best way to have drugs. I believe a cancer drugs fund actually diverts resources away from other conditions like multiple sclerosis, and I think it is a case of trying to work with as many people as possible and help as many as possible in order to move things forward. The £10 million Cancer Drug Fund, I'm not aware of the Tory manifesto in Paisley. It wasn't required reading during the election. So I don't know where the £10 million is coming for. If Mr Fraser wanted to tell me, I'd be quite happy.
Well, I'm grateful for the member for giving way. If he'd read our fully costed manifesto, he would have seen, amongst other things, we do not think it was right to be giving free prescriptions to people like he and I, who could well afford to pay for them. That money would be better spent on other things.
Mr Adam.
I'm glad I didn't read it, because the people of Paisley had an entirely different idea. They believed they did not want to have a situation with prescriptions where they had to balance whether they paid for their messages or their medication. So I think when it comes to people dealing with long-term conditions, I think we've got a completely different argument in that one. But as the Cabinet Secretary quite rightly said, the early detection is definitely the way forward for a situation like this. Preventative care in some cases of cancer can actually help, because let's not kid ourselves. I think my colleague Alex Johnson mentioned as well was the fact that some of this needs lifestyle change, and we have to deal with alcohol, smoking at an early stage so that we can actually help people as we move things forward. So I would just close by saying, Presiding Officer, I think we have to look at Scotland as a whole and the vast number of people who are suffering with long-term conditions. And I believe that the Scottish Government and the Cabinet Secretary have looked at that within the resource that they have.